back. This video is about how you can practice and what you should be doing to practice for your MBA interview. So it's like the pre-game kind of video here. Why is it important to practice? It obviously because you don't want to show up there all without knowing anything and just try to do it on the fly. It does not work. You cannot do this interview on the fly. You can't. And if you did, congratulations to you. You're 1 in a million. Literally. Okay. It is extremely important to practice, but the problem is, how do I practice? What do I need to know? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Before anything else, I hope you've done your research. Okay, what's the best way to do your research? Talking with alumni. How do I talk to alumni? Go watch the research video. I tell you all about it. I also have a template in the Word file or as a PDF file that you can use to email out your alumni. They are the greatest resource, okay? And also, hopefully by now you've already found a mentor or a superior, a recommender, a friend, doesn't matter, a teacher. You have to have a mentor here to help you out in this process. It's always good to talk to them, especially if they are from the school that you're applying to, all right? Now, one of the tools that you will need in order to practice efficiently is a stopwatch, which almost everyone has. If you have a smartphone, that's fine. I still use my Nokia, so it's indestructible. I'm not giving that up. But unless you don't have a smartphone, get yourself a stopwatch. Nobody's judging, nobody's doing anything. That's fine if you don't have a smartphone. You're not missing out on anything. But get a stopwatch. Why do you need a stopwatch? You need a stopwatch to make sure that you're not going past 5-6 minutes for every answer. Remember, the interview is going to be about 40-45 minutes long. If you spend way too much time on one answer, that leaves no room for the other answers. And you need to have room for the other answers because it's a spider web. Everything is interconnected. You need to have time to answer the other questions rather than just that one that took you 30 minutes to answer. Have a stopwatch. Keep yourself within 5 to 6 minutes for every answer. If you can't do it, all right, stretch it out a little bit, or if you'd like to, try to cut it down. But always keep it within the 5-minute range. Have a stopwatch. That's going to help you keep track of your time. When you are practicing, especially when you're practicing your narrative, you're giving your speech, do so in front of the mirror. Okay? In front of the mirror, you're going to be watching yourself. You're going to be talking to yourself. You're going to be observing your hand gestures. You're going to be looking yourself in the eye. And believe me, if you're not enjoying this, like how silly this is when you're looking at yourself, if you don't laugh at yourself, you're taking yourself way too seriously. If you're bored with this exercise, I guarantee you that the interviewer will also be bored with your answers. It's a given. Okay, have fun with it. All right, enjoy yourself while you're speaking to yourself in the mirror, while you're practicing for the interview in the mirror. You must rehearse until your story doesn't sound rehearsed. Do you know what that means? That just means you have to memorize every tidbit and every detail of your story in a manner where you can comfortably mix and match as you go along without losing sight of the important factors that you wanted to include. If you do sound rehearsed, if you do sound scripted, that's a big no-no. That's not good. Okay, good interviewers will catch on pretty quickly, and they'll switch up the questions, and they'll mix. They'll try to throw you off guard, and they usually will. They usually succeed. Don't script your answers. Don't try to don't do it that way. You have to practice and rehearse as many times as possible in order to allow you to not sound scripted, if that makes any sense. It will make sense the more and more you practice. Now, as you are practicing, there are 2 questions I want you to consider while you are doing these mock interviews. Number 1, did you answer the question? You should be asking yourself that. Did you answer that specific question? And number 2, did you reveal more of yourself in that answer? Did you reveal another detail of yourself in that answer? Will the interviewer know you a little bit better after that answer? Okay, these are the two types of questions that I want you to be thinking while you're practicing. In the meantime, as you're practicing in front of the mirror, what I want you to do, if you have a smartphone, is record yourself. Have that at the base of your mirror or whatever. If you have one of those stick anywhere cases or whatever, you can stick it on the mirror. It doesn't matter. Have that camera pointed at you, and also don't record vertically. Record horizontally, okay? Don't record vertical videos. Vertical videos suck. Set your smartphone sideways, horizontally. Lean it up against the mirror and practice in front of the mirror as you record yourself. That way you can go back and watch yourself, listening to yourself, and you can self-assess. Do I sound genuine? Do I sound scripted? Am I being arrogant here or am I being confident? Does this detail sound right? Do I sound strange? You'll probably sound strange to yourself. Every time I edit a video or a podcast, I listen to myself speaking and I hate it. It's normal. But people so far no one's really complained, so I'm still doing these videos and audios. But that's the whole point, is you want to be able to observe yourself and self-criticize. The final thing is the following. Get a friend who also speaks English, preferably someone who's done their MBA already. If not, no problem. Get somebody who speaks English, who's willing to be your mock interviewer. I've provided for you in this interview prep course three checklists that you can provide your interviewers or interviewer, your mock interviewer, so that he or she can provide you with feedback on different aspects for the questions that you're answering. Okay, so each checklist it corresponds to either each mock interview or each mock interviewer. That's up to you. I would say have one. Select one mock interviewer, and then do the mock interview 3 times with him or her, having them fill out the feedback. If possible, then do another mock interview, but you're doing 3 mock interviews, one with different interviewers. So that's going to be a total of 4 people who will be interviewing you. I don't have a total of 4 friends, so that's not possible for me. But you may, and you can definitely use that. These checklists it took me a long time to really work on them because I put in a lot of thought, especially onto my methodology on the things that I think about when I'm giving my mock interviews. So I'd like to ask you not to share it out there. It's the internet. You can. That's up to you. I can't stop you. But I'd love it if you would respect the hard work that I've put into this interview prep course. And, instead of sharing it out there to your friends and stuff who are also going to do an MBA, why don't you just become an affiliate, make some money, and have them buy the course? That'll help me greatly, because this is a program that I've been putting together for the past 2 years. It's taken me 2 years to actually do all this. And there's a lot of work into it, and it would suck to just have things, kind of not pirated, but, shared around. Anyway, it's all for your use. You bought it. It's yours. Can't do anything about it. If you do want to share it, that's on you. But I have these 3 checklists that you're going to find in the package, and use those. Have your interviewer friend fill those out as best as possible for you, so you get good feedback from somebody other than your own self. However, the cardinal rule is you're not allowed to read the questions until after you're done. Okay? Don't read the questions. Don't spoil it. Then you're just throwing away money. This whole purpose was for you to improve. But then if you read the questions before, if you kind of know the answers, then you can manipulate it. And you're going to be like, unrealistically, you're going to be like, I'm going to crush it. That's not what I want. And then if you don't crush it, then you're going to get angry at me because you're the one cheating. You see how that works? Don't read the questions that your interviewer is supposed to read. They're not secret stuff, but it's just I don't want you to be aware of what he or she is looking for as you're doing your interview. Understand? Not stuff that you're going to be like, okay, he found the secrets of youth, for everlasting youth. Obviously, no. But it's not that. It's all about making sure that I keep you in the dark, have you present the best possible interview that you can at that moment, and then also provide you and help you get a way where you can get enriching and constructive feedback without having to pay extra to do coaching services with another professional coach or with myself, whatever. Okay, I know it's counterintuitive in the sense, a lot of people want to do things like this and they say, yeah, I'm the best in the world. I want you to have an interview coaching session with me and make more money, but that's not the case for me. I want you to be able to do this on your own, and if you really need me, then yeah, or get support from somebody else. That's no problem. I just want to make sure you do as best as possible on your interview. Because like I said before, I hope that when you are rich and famous, a millionaire, or you've impacted the lives of millions of people who are socially and economically in need, then one day when you're sitting down with your Nobel Prize or something, that you can think, okay, that interview course really helped me achieve my dream MBA, which also led me to where I am today. Thank you, Mateo. If you have that in your mind 20 years from now, that's it. That's good. That's all I wanted. Okay? But definitely practice. Practice makes perfect. It does. Practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice. As many times as possible, practice, practice, practice. Okay? Cool. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video.